Students, we will start with the new chapter, Organisms and Population. So first we need to understand what is population, what is community, what is ecosystem, and what is biome. So first we will discuss what is population. So population is the members of an interbreeding species living in a geographical area. It means in a geographical area when a group of species are when a group of individuals of a particular species live together and they interbreed, then it will be called as population. Now what is community? Community is a group of different population, means different species population will live together and there will be interaction among them, will be called as community. Now the ecosystem, the interaction of a community with the abiotic components or non-living components is called as ecosystem. Next is biome. Biome is a major life zone and it is an area that includes communities of plant and animals that have a common adaptation to that particular environment. So, biome is a combination of several ecosystems and it is the largest geographical biotic unit, includes various communities such as grassland, desert, and forest, etc. Now we'll see what is habitat and nick. So both habitat and nick help in describing the interaction of an organism with its environment, including biotic and abiotic agents. So first we will understand what is habitat. So habitat is a place or area where a species grows or lives or thrives. Abiotic factors such as temperature, rainfall, soil, etc., determine the type of habitat and biotic system. It means where a particular community or biotic abiotic factor interact will be called as habitat. And habitat provides a condition for a species and provides an appropriate condition to survive a particular species or community. For example, desert, pond, freshwater lake, ocean, mountain, grassland, and forest, etc. These are the places where community exists. Now we'll see what is a niche. There is a major difference in between habitat and niche. So we need to understand what is a niche. It is a functional kind of property, like niche describes the role of an organism plays an important role in a community. A species niche encompasses both the physical and environmental conditions it requires, such as temperature and terrain, and the interactions it has with other species, like predation, competition, etc. Means when a when a particular population is present in a habitat and there will be a functional role of that particular species, and that particular species will have a particular place in that particular community, like in the trophic system also. So niche is defined as an organism's role in a ecosystem, and it is not only a space occupied by an organism such as habitat, and it also describes the functional role of a species in a community. It includes everything related to how it influences a community, such as what it eats, what where it lives, what it does, and the trophic position occupies, etc. Nick describes how a species contributes to energy flow of a system also, how it gains the energy and how it supplies energy in a ecosystem. No, this is a very important point, as no two species of a same niche exist in a same geographical area, as they will compete for everything, and one only one type of niche species will survive at a particular place. Now we'll see what are the differences between habitat and niche. So first is, in case of habitat, it is just a place for the organism where the organism lives, and we can say this is the kind of address. But in case of niche, niche is occupies a particular position of an organism in an ecosystem. For example, trophic level, and it is a, for example, it is a professional. Second, in case of habitat, it is not a species specific. Many species can occupy the same habitat. As we know that several species and several populations exist in a particular habitat. But here in case of snake, the species, it is a species specific. It supports only a single species in a particular habitat. Third, in case of habitat, habitat consists of several nicks, and in case of nicks, nick is specific to a particular species, and the examples of habitat is desert, ocean, and mountains, etc. But in case of here, nick, different trophic positions occupied by Darwin finches. So several kinds of Darwin finches were there, which occupied different geographical uh, positions. Now we'll see what are the population attributes. So several populations live in a geographical area, as we discussed now. They may share or compete for similar resources. Individuals of a population interbreed either bisexually or asexually. A population has certain attributes, or we can say population has a certain characteristic that an individual organism does not. So we will see what is the difference between individual and the population. The individual may have death or birth, but in case of population, there is death rate and birth rate. In case of individual, we cannot say there is a sex ratio in a particular individual, but in a population, we can see or we can assess the sex ratio, means percentage of male and percentage of female in a population. The third is, we in case of individual we can uh, attribute just age, but in case of population, for age pyramids can be made to express the kind of population. Now we'll see details of population attributes one by one. The first is birth or death rate. So change in numbers, either it is increasing or decreasing with respect to the total population. For example, if a total population of a lotus is 20, and through reproduction 8 new individuals have been added, so the birth rate will be the new one by previous one, 8 by 20. So here the birth rate will be zero point 0.4 of a spring lotus per year. Now we'll see how we will calculate the death rate. So if a population, for example, if a population of a fruit fly was 40 and 4 individuals died in a certain period of time, suppose a week. So the death rate will be the dead individuals by total individuals, and it became zero point 0.1. So death here, the death rate will be zero point 0.1 individual per fruit fly per period of time. And suppose we have taken 1 week, then per week. Now we will see the sex ratio, as we have discussed that it is also an attribute uh, to the population. So a population is composed of male and female individuals, obviously. So the number of female and male can be expressed in a ratio is called sex ratio. Like 60% male is there and 40% female is there in a population. Next is age pyramids. So individuals of the different ages of a population can be expressed in an age pyramid on the basis of age distribution. So the shape of age pyramids refer the growth status of the population also. We can see there are three types of age pyramids. First one we can see here that this is the two above bars we can see here is representing post reproductive ages means old age population. The middle one is representing the reproductive age means adult, and the last one is representing pre-reproductive ages means children. So we can see here the the number of pre-reproductive individuals are more as compared to old. So we can say that it is an expanding population. Now we can see here that the old adult and children population is somewhat similar. So this will become a stable population. Now we will see the third type of pyramid. So we can see here that the children are less as compared to adults. So we can say that this age pyramid is representing the declining of the population. Thank you.